In Kwale County in Kenya, women are standing up and taking lead in peace initiatives despite long history of insecurity, conflict, including surge in violent extremism.
Niliachwa na bwana wangu kutoka 2014. Yeye alikuwa na workshop, akaja tu akabebwa mchana saa 7. Ilikuwa tarehe 20 mwezi wa pili 2014 mpaka dakika hii sijui pale alipo.
Women were directly affected by the violent extremism agenda because they had their breadwinners, husbands, their sons having to cross over to Somalia. They were left without providers within the household, and this directly affected their engagement and their livelihoods, within the communities.
In 2021, UN Women Kenya engaged in a project to amplify women's voices in conflict prevention and sustaining peace by working to promote peaceful elections and also curb violent extremism in Kwale County. UN Women has been working with Human Rights Agenda HURIA since 2017 to empower women and youth, nurturing their leadership skills and integrating them into the county's decision-making processes concerning governance, peace, and security.
The role of women in preventing violent extremism and countering terrorism is being recognized in global spaces. This is being recognized in the UN Global Strategy. Also, UN Women is very much engaged and chairs the Global Compact on countering terrorism. In addition to that, we have UN Security Council Resolution 1325, which emphasizes the key role that women play in peace and security. And we also have Resolution 2242, the first resolution that makes a direct link between the Women, Peace and Security agenda to prevention and countering violent extremism and taking more an inclusive approach to address PVE and CT.
So our engagement with UN Women, our cooperation with UN Women during that time was extremely timely. It was very timely because they came in to provide intervention that also helped us to even think and begin of cascading the national strategy on CVE to the county level.
The project was built on 3 foundational pillars. The first focused on the implementation of localized action plans aligned to Kenya National Action Plan on Women, Peace and Security and UNSCR 1325, which emphasized women's roles in peace and security. The second pillar sought to mainstream these action plans into county legislation, leading to the formulation of bills aimed at preventing sexual and gender-based violence. The third and equally vital pillar supported the adoption of county legislations to prevent violent extremism, which are also gender-responsive.
Our cooperation with UN Women has enabled us to support county governments and security actors to develop the relevant and appropriate policies that would facilitate issues of peace and security.
There were also rampant cases of Al-Shabaab, which to now it has subsided by far. Even the GBV has gone down because of frequent awareness. So we have different forums which are being held every now and then, at least to sensitize the society. So the community now is becoming aware of violent extremism, and the level has gone down.
We've seen a shift in the dynamics where there was a more hard approach in 2015, 2016. But now we've seen an increased decline in attacks and also in cases of young people and people being radicalized because of the whole society approach through the County Action Plan on PVE of Kwale, but also where Kwale has been able to localize the WPS agenda by developing their county action plan on women, peace and security, which makes a direct link to prevent women engaging in prevention spaces as well, and not only being seen as mere survivors and victims of extremism.
So far, the project has become a beacon of change in Kwale County. Through it, women who were once sidelined now have emerged as pivotal figures in peace and security processes, with lead roles in local peace and governance structures.
You're looking at to sensitize about 400 people in the community from different village units and wards, and on the retrogressive cultural practices that create room for violence against women and girls, and also the KLAP UNHCR 1325, and about the ideological pillar from the Kwale County Action Plan on Prevention of Violent Extremism.
In fact, wakati huo nikichaguliwa kulikuwa vibaya sana katika mambo usalama, lakini tulipokuwa tumepata mafunzo tuliweza kufanya activities mbalimbali. Tukawa tunajiinvolve kwa wale ambao tunaogopa. Kumbe tukiwasongelea karibu na tukizungumza nao pia wao wana maoni yao. Tulifanya activities za mayouth, mambo ya PCV. Tukaongea nao, tukajua wana shida gani. Na ukweli kabisa katika uchaguzi uliopita tulikuwa katika huo mchakato wa mazungumzo na wao. Kweli vijana tuliona wana participate katika kwa ma-agents kwa wakati ule wa kura. Na kukawa na usalama.
Women are taking up the responsibility and they see this thing is ours and not for men and not for police, not for NGOs, but us as women, us as parents, us as the community, we have to take lead to prevent issues of VE.
The project has created gains for communities in Kwale County, fostering resilience among those directly affected by violent extremism. Stories of transformation and empowerment have emerged, each one a testament to the project's success.
Changamoto nilizipata sana. Nikawa pia hata siwezi hata kuongea kama hivi. Lakini nikapata mashirika mbalimbali ambayo yakaniwezesha. Nyingine nikafanya mambo ya counseling, kwa maana nilikuwa siwezi kuongea kama hivi, nikiongea tu nalia tayari, lakini nikakubali.
2022 nikupe tu story, Kwale County ilikuwa imehesabika kama hotspot county. Na nilipoingia katika uongozi, tulipiga kura zetu vizuri. Hakukuwa na violence, hizo zingine zitokea tu sort of mambo ya kura, changamoto hazikosi ile kugutusha, but violence and conflict within the Kwale County haikuwa. So I'm proud of that.
The project also supported the development of Amani Clubs in schools within Kwale County. These clubs nurture a culture of neighborliness and peace from an early age, planting seeds of harmony that will grow for generations.
Initially, we only had bullying, but now we have violent extremism in our societies, we have radicalization. So peace clubs were formed to try and establish a strong mindset in our learners, not to fall in the traps of the recruiters, in order to engage in these new forms of violence, that is radicalization and violent extremism.
The landscape of peace and security has forever changed in Kwale County, thanks to the determined spirit of the women and youth here. This has been a journey of empowerment, resilience, and hope, testament to the transformative power of inclusion and collective action.
Na ino hamasa lazima iendelezwe, sababu amani endelevu haiji kwa siku moja, haiji kwa mwezi mmoja, haiji kwa mwaka mmoja. Amani endelevu ni iwe amani ya kuendelea, sio amani ya manusu manusu.